Well, it's a Wednesday night here in Melbourne, and you are looking at a mobile youth center bus right across from Federation Square in downtown Melbourne. And it is a wonderful evening. I decided after a long day's work to take a walk and see if I can't see some of downtown Melbourne as I spend the last several days here in Melbourne. And I thought one of the things that I really wanted to see was the Botanical Gardens. And the Botanical Gardens are one of the main tourist attractions here. And then there's the, I think, Queen Victoria Gardens as well. And right here you're getting a shot of the Flinders Street Station, F-L-I-N-D-E-R-S, Flinders Street Station. And this is the station that I arrived at the other day, but I didn't see this view. I didn't think to turn around and take a look at this view as I was walking across the street to go get the tram on down to where I'm staying in Fitzroy. But from what I understand, the gardens that I want to go see are just, they're probably all of 15 minutes across the river. So I'm going to find my way over the river. And I should probably give a shout out to my friend Edit. Edit, I'm really glad that you like my videos and you enjoy watching these. Edit is a friend of mine that lives in Genoa, Italy, and she's actually from Transylvania over in Romania. And I met Edit in Budapest, Hungary, of all places. And Edit is just well, Edit, you are a beautiful, beautiful person. And I'm very lucky to have a friend like you. So, this video is for you, Edit, okay? So this is this is what's known as Federation Square here in Melbourne. And you can see just a lot of people hanging out. I actually did this video the other day. I was doing Federation Square as I arrived here, and just all different types of people hanging out on a nice, what would be a fall evening right now. So I probably have a better part of an hour and a half of sunlight, I would imagine, to be able to make it over to the gardens. And I was told by a very nice lady that I met walking down the street that it's definitely worth going to check out. This interesting looking building that you see right over here, I'm assuming is a cinema, I think, a movie theater. I see a marquee up in front. But let's see if we can't find our way across the river. And I see the bridge right over there that I want to be crossing. Looks like there's a replica of looks like the Eiffel Tower. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to look like, but it does. Okay. So here is the river area. Wow, it's very beautiful. What a nice area. What a wonderful evening it is. As I do these videos, I try to keep my videos right at about 30 minutes. And sometimes that's a challenge, and other times it's not. What can be a real challenge is to keep babbling on, talking about whatever might come to my mind as I'm walking. So there are some cruise boats there on the river. So I'm assuming that the gardens that I want to see are just over on the other bank there, not too far. So let's find our way over there. Okay, I found my way right to the bridge here, which is called Princess Bridge. And I'll show you a nice view as I go across the bridge of the river. Rivers are always a wonderful feature in a city. Rivers and beaches or lakes. But rivers, and give me a river or an ocean as a spot to go for a walk when I'm traveling, and that's what I really enjoy. So you see a lot of people out exercising, running or biking or out on the river. I see a lot of people kayaking. Give you a quick pan of the skyline here of Melbourne. A little cafe right there on the riverbank. Looks like a large stadium down there. I would imagine that's where they play their... The big thing here in Australia is a game called Rules, and I think it's a form of rugby, but it's called Rules, R-U-L-E-S, and that is the big attraction. That's the equivalent of the American NFL back in the States. I haven't actually seen them play Rules, but I imagine it's not a lot different than watching them play rugby. So let's continue on, see if we can't find the garden. Alright, to give you some perspective as to where I'm at, you can see in the lower left the little "You Are Here" symbol, and there's the Yarra River. So the sign here says that this is Alexandra Gardens, and just to the right there you can see the Queen Victoria Gardens, and then up you see the large Royal Botanic Gardens. So I don't know if these are all open or not, but let's go find out. Beautiful pathway going down into the Alexandra Gardens here, just tree lined, and wonderful place to walk or bike or rollerblade or anything else, I would imagine. Alright, I opted to continue down the bridge, and I'm glad I did. This is the view from the bridge of Queen Victoria Gardens, and you can see it's just a beautiful area with blooming flowers and nice pathways. So I'm going to find my way down through Queen Victoria Garden and hopefully find my way into the Botanic Gardens. What a nice evening. Alright, I've made it to the entrance of the Botanic Gardens, which are behind me, and in front of me, as you can see, is the Shrine of Remembrance. And I thought that I would just take a moment and walk through this shrine here, commemorating the service and sacrifice of the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps in the Gallipoli campaign. I'm not sure what that was, but you can Google that, I'm sure. So this is the Shrine of Remembrance here in Melbourne. Very, very nice sculptures I see throughout here. It's starting to get a little bit dark, so I want to make sure that I leave enough time to walk through the Botanic Gardens. I keep wanting to say Botanical Gardens, but the sign says Botanic Gardens. So there's a nice view of the shrine there. And then over here it looks like they have a eternal flame that is burning. I actually had the chance to visit the eternal flame with my father in Washington, D.C. recently. Or that was the tomb of the unknown soldier, I should say. But anyway, let's find our way down to the Botanic Gardens, which are just across the street. Alright, so I found an entrance into the Royal Botanic Gardens, and you can see the sign there. I'm there on the lower left, "You Are Here." So I'm not sure how much of this I'll actually be able to see, but maybe I'll walk straight up to the Rose Pavilion, over around Ornamental Lake. So let's see if we can't at least see some of the Botanic Gardens before it gets dark. Okay, so I'm well into the gardens right now, and it really is a beautiful spot. I could imagine what a treasure this is for people that actually live here in Melbourne, to be able to come down and enjoy this for a walk or a run. Looks like there's different activities going on. There's something going on over there. I don't know if that is the equivalent of, say, a Woodstock or not, but something seems to be going on over there. Maybe we'll find our way over and see what they're all doing. Looks like they're camping, so we'll go find out, shall we? So I'm assuming that this would be the Rose Pavilion, and very beautiful. And just beyond that should be the lake. So we'll go down and see what might be swimming around in the lake. Here's a view of the lake just beyond the Rose Pavilion. And haven't seen any koalas yet. I did see some kangaroos at the Grand Prix the other day, but still haven't seen my first koala. Maybe we'll see one hanging in a tree somewhere up here. Alright, it almost feels like back in New Zealand when you go out on a bushwalk. So it's really beautiful place to walk. You can hear the, I don't know what those are, crickets or something. They're probably 3 feet long here in Australia. Okay, so even though it might look like a Melbourne version of Woodstock, it's not. They're actually having a movie premiere tonight, so it's kind of like a movie night in the Botanic Gardens. And all these people are settling in for the Melbourne release of the movie called Pompeii. So I'm sure that would have been a wonderful thing to come down and enjoy, but I've got work to do in the morning. But boy, I sure would love to join these people and watch this movie. I'm sure it's an entertaining movie, but you can see how the folks here in Melbourne spend a nice Wednesday evening going to a movie in the park, or in the garden, I should say. Alright, even though it doesn't look it from this video, it is getting dark. This camera is picking up the light very well. So with that in mind, I'm gonna end this video here in Melbourne. I hope you enjoyed the walk down to the Botanic Gardens. As I find my way back out to the main track, I thought to share that today I actually bought a ticket to leave Melbourne, and I'm going to leave on Tuesday. So I was a little bit uncertain as to my itinerary over the next several days, or a few weeks, I should say. I fly out on the 17th of April. Here it is, the 18th of April. So what I'm going to do is Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to rent a car, and I'm going to take a drive down to what's called Apollo Bay. It's about 3 hours south of Melbourne on the coast, and I'm going to find my way down there Sunday, check into a place Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, enjoy a nice night on the water, and then I'm going to saunter my way along the Great Ocean Drive on Monday. Just take a nice drive, and then I think I might actually surprise Nina and find my way back and spend a night with Nina before I go, subject to availability, of course. But find my way back over to Nina's and spend my last night in Melbourne with Nina. Then I have a flight at 3 o'clock out of Melbourne to I want to say Cairn, C-A-I-R-N, but I think everybody here in Australia calls it can, or cans, or something like that, like cans of soda or cans of pop. So I have a one-way ticket to Cairns, and I will arrive there at 5 o'clock in the evening next Tuesday. And there is a I was told not to stay in the city of Cairns. It's kind of a seedy place, as I was told. Maybe the city itself, but just north of Cairns is a beautiful area. And I was told to, the name forsakes me at the moment, but I was told to look for some accommodations north of Cairns. And the reason I'm choosing that spot is because I want to go on the Great Barrier Reef. And if you look at a map of Australia, that city is the closest to the actual Great Barrier Reef. The Great Barrier Reef stretches quite a ways down the coast of Australia. But there's a big difference between the amount of time that it takes you to get on a boat and go out to the reef, say from Brisbane or Gold Coast, as there is to, go out to the reef from, say, Cairns. So I'm going to find my way over there. I'll probably book a place for 5 nights to 7 nights in Cairns, and that'll take me up into early April. That'll give me 2 weeks to play with. I know that I probably want to spend 5 days in Sydney before this is all said and done. I actually will be flying out of Sydney on the 17th, so I'll probably go into Sydney around the 11th or 12th. But I am toying around with the idea of actually taking a vacation. Yes, taking a vacation. I haven't been on vacation, believe it or not, in quite some time. So Scott's probably laughing at that. But anyway, haven't been on a vacation for a while. So I was thinking of possibly looking at some holiday package deals and flying out of Cairns to Fiji and going to Fiji for like a 4-day weekend or something like that. I'm in this side of the world, so why not take advantage of that opportunity and go see Fiji. So anyway, that's all for this video. Edit. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you're doing well over there in Genoa. Okay.